Arsenal finally beat Villa. So the people out there that are bashing Arteta saying he's unable to beat Unai Emery can finally be quiet. There's also some bad news about Gabriel Jesus picking up another injury. And this could actually affect Arsenal in the medium to long term as well that I'm not hearing many people talk about. Before we get into it though, just very quickly, do me a favour. Hit like on this video. So the first place I actually want to start is this Gabriel Jesus injury. What's your guys' thoughts on it? Because it does affect us in more than one way. Like, what are your thoughts on Gabriel Jesus getting injured? Is this just another coincidence? But why is he getting injured so much? And what does it mean for Eddie Nketiah? Some people might be thinking, what are you talking about? But we know Eddie Nketiah is, you would expect it to be fairly close to joining Nottingham Forest. He didn't come on yesterday, but he was on the subs bench because it's basically the second forward that Arsenal have to bring on. We saw Leandro Trossard come on, and after that, the next one you would expect probably would have been Eddie Nketiah. And if Jesus is injured, what does that mean? Like, does that put that deal in jeopardy? Does that mean Eddie Nketiah is unable to join Nottingham Forest? And does it mean Arsenal need to dip into the market and go and buy another forward? Do we have to now go and buy another striker? Something we heard Mikel Arteta speak about in his last press conference was he's happy with the options that Arsenal have got. But it's frustrating. If he can't keep fit, like, there's a frustration around Gabriel Jesus already. And the fact that he keeps getting injured, he can't sustain a run of form in this team. And it is frustrating because he is a good player. He has his low points, like he can't finish everything, like his finishing needs to improve. But the injuries are even more frustrating than that for me, because if he's not that good at finishing, then I think, right, you can play him on the right. But he can't stay fit. So what does that mean? Just let me know. Do you sell Jesus? Do we have to think of doing something else with Jesus? Like, do we have to bring in a different striker? Do we have to let Eddie Nketiah stay, or can we still sell Eddie Nketiah? Let me know. So the next thing, the match against Villa. How good was that result? Let me know your man of the match in the comment section, because there are so many possibilities. You've got Raya, Saliba, Trossard, Saka. Some people are even having shouts out there for Thomas Partey. Let me know who's your man of the match. So let's speak about the game. How did it start? So the start of the game, although Arsenal had quite a bit of the ball, I didn't think it was the best start in the world. I was kind of, I don't know, it was a bit cagey maybe. Like, teams were trying to figure each other out. There was a lot of long balls, a lot of which were unsuccessful. Like, the play wasn't as fluid as I was like. There was some players in the game that maybe drifted a bit, and I felt the same with the play as well. I think the play was drifting after a certain period of time. Like, I was looking, not much was happening, and then I would look at the time and 5 minutes had gone, and I'm thinking, where's that time gone? Like, not much is happening in the game. We obviously had the Saka chance fairly early. Martinez made a good save, but apart from that, there wasn't really too much to talk about. I think the first thing I wanted to, and I've made notes here, the first thing is, like, Havertz missed a couple of chances. And I think the fact that Jesus is injured and the fact that people keep seeing Havertz miss these chances, I don't think Havertz played terrible, by the way. Like, I'm seeing people out there saying Havertz didn't offer anything. Like, he offered what he usually offers. And people get frustrated by it, but he did make some nice runs. He did drop deep. He did link up play well. Was that enough for Havertz to maybe keep his position? I think he has to, because we've got no other options at this point. And that's why I think it's definitely important that Arsenal just bring in that second option. Like, we definitely need another central forward option, especially with the Jesus injury now. But apart from that, like I said, the game was drifting, and then we had that David Raya save. That save was exceptional. Like, the fact that it was a deflected shot, the first one, so it's gone over him. He didn't touch it. It hits the bar. But the reaction time to get up and make that save, and that is the save that we've been waiting for, isn't it? He made a good one last week as well. But, like, we've had this discussion a few times on this channel. David Reyer hasn't seemed to been able to make them game-changing or game-defining saves, and that is exactly what we saw yesterday. Aaron Ramsdale last season, or not last season, the season before, was always making those saves where when it was one-on-one or it was a great shot, like you thought, oh, there's no way he's going to save this, and he pulled the save out. And David Reyer is getting better at this, and this is exactly what we've been asking for. To change every single person's mind, you need to have those saves, and David Reyer is now producing them. I thought that performance was from David Reyer was very, very good. And I see why so many people are giving him the man of the match award, because that was a massive moment in the game where if that save didn't happen, like, the game could have gone anywhere. And that really was a pivotal moment in the game that I can pinpoint and say that was a moment that really helped Arsenal. You know, it saved us in that moment. If that goal goes in, like I said, Villa could have, like, anything could have happened in the game. Villa could have got another one, or Arsenal could have struggled to get themselves back in the game, because automatically you're chasing the game at that point, and then maybe you're leaving gaps and Villa can exploit that. So I just thought that save was absolutely exceptional. So good from David Reyer. And then again, like, the game's just being played out, and then Leandro Trossard comes on. He comes on for Martinelli. Look, I think there's a bit of concern around Martinelli, to be honest. I would be very shocked if Mikel Arteta starts him in the next game. And there is a couple of conversations you can have on this subject. The first one is, why would you change it when this method is working? Like, Leandro Trossard comes on as a sub and he scores. Some people are saying it's because Martinelli has worn out the fullback, and by the time Trossard comes on, like, that right back's tired, so it allows Trossard to exploit spaces in the pitch. Let me know if you share that same opinion. I don't see, I'm sure it helps, but I don't see it that, like, to me, it's just Trossard's in better form than Martinelli. Like, are we in danger of Martinelli putting in so many bad performances that it starts to shift the opinion of Arsenal fans? I don't think we're anywhere near that yet, but I'm seeing frustrations with Martinelli, people saying, like, their end product just isn't there. And will Trossard start that next game? I'd be surprised if he don't. Like I said, the only way I can see Arteta staying with him is if he says, like the other people are suggesting, that no, Martinelli's doing good in what we want. Defensively, he's probably stronger than Trossard. Wear out the right back, and then we bring in Trossard, because that method's working. Like, Trossard can come on as a sub. How many times have we seen that from Leandro Trossard? He comes on as a sub and he scores. He's joint highest of doing that in the Premier League of the last couple of seasons, or whatever that stat was. It's impressive. His ability to do it is really good. Look, and if I'm being honest, Trossard coming on as a sub does make sense to me, because when he starts games, like, sometimes his performances aren't that good. Will that change now with the fact that we've been able to shift the diamond, or how the left-hand side's looking? Maybe. We've got Timber on that left-hand side. We've got Calafiori on that left-hand side. Both who I actually thought done really well. Calafiori, when he come on, done very good. Timber, I liked some of the things he done. Some of the things didn't impress me. I'm not going to go into them in too much depth, because he's very new again in playing that position. So I'm not going to pinpoint every single bad thing he done just to get fans on his back and I don't know, just give him some added pressure that's not really needed. Like I said, I liked some of the things Timber done. Other things I was looking at and I was thinking, oh, that probably wasn't the right idea there. But that's expected. He's not a career left back. He's learning the position. He's learning what Mikel Arteta wants. So we need maybe a little bit of patience there. But I liked what I saw from Calafiori when he came on. Very good. Saka. I thought Saka done very well. A lot of people are actually saying they didn't think Saka's performance was that good. And I think in terms of first half performance, I think Saka was one of the only guys that actually stood out to me, where I was thinking, give the ball to Saka, because he seemed the only guy that was confident in beating the left back, cutting into his left foot, and either having the shot or whipping the cross in. Saka for me was very good. The Partey goal was so needed from Thomas Partey, because I don't think he had the best first half in the world. Like, some people are saying they thought he was man of the match. Some people were saying they thought he was horrible. I'm probably somewhere in the middle. Like, I think he started off slow. In the second half, I think he actually grew into the game. And there's been some discussion of people saying we need to bring him off at certain minutes, which I understand, by the way. I've agreed with someone in the comment section that might need to happen. But what we saw from Thomas Partey yesterday was good. And I'm hoping that goal can give him the confidence just to keep improving. Like, we need Thomas Partey at his best. Will Thomas Partey get as much minutes when we get Mikel Merino confirmed, and will it shift to a Declan Rice in that sixth position, who I actually thought had a quiet game, Declan Rice. If I'm looking at any of them three midfielders and trying to figure out who maybe had the quietest game, it probably is Declan Rice. Like, I think Partey actually had a better game than Declan Rice. Declan Rice popped up in a couple of dangerous areas at times, but I think Partey actually was better on the night than Declan Rice. So in terms of a man of the match, I mean, there's a couple of things I need to, like I said, I've got the names here: Reyer, Saliba, Trossard, Saka, Partey. Reyer, very good. Saliba, my God, that tackle that is doing the rounds on social media was so good. This guy is 22 years old, And he's playing like a prime Van Dijk. Like, Van Dijk wasn't this good until late 20s. Saliba's putting up these type of performances at 22 years old. William Saliba is the best at 22 years old. He's performing at a level that Van Dijk wasn't able to achieve until his late 20s. Do you know how ridiculous that is? So, so good. If I had to pick one of those guys for man of the match, I would go for... Yeah, Reyer, because it was the pivotal moment. It was the moment that saved the game for Arsenal. Like, if that goes in, like I said, anything could have happened. So I was just so impressed with that. Like I said, I wanted to get your guys' opinions on it. What do you think of the Jesus injury? What do you guys think about Nketiah? Do you think he's going to stay now, or do you think Arsenal still have to sell him and then maybe bring in a replacement? Who's your man of the match? And what are your thoughts on the game? Thanks so much to everyone for watching and listening. Before you go, like I said, just do me a favour. Hit like on this video. Just like it and subscribe. And I'll speak to you all in tomorrow's video. Gooners, have a good day.